We about to start.
Yo. Welcome to Past the Six Podcast. I am JB. Joining me as always, Tsunamic Wave. What's going on, bro?
Oh man, I'm chilling. It's been a. I feel like we say this every episode, but it's been a minute, man. Feeling good to be back. How you feeling, man?
Man, we just had a summer break. You know, you know what I mean? Some family stuff. We out here living life, man. Living life,
Yeah.
man. But appreciate all the love and support. You just here kicking it. Like I said, I know we said this last time, but we back to regular, like literally, man. As we know, like there's dead times in gaming, and we all need breaks. That's all I'm gonna say. But really a lot of things have happened in gaming. So, although technically July is still a dead month in gaming for the most part, um, it's a good time to get back in the swing of things. We got some stuff to discuss. Obviously, we had the showcase, actually 3 of them last month. Some new games announced, some new games got delayed, of course. You know, that's a big thing on this show. Uh,
All right.
Games getting delayed and everything. But obviously we got a big video reveal for Starfield finally, which will be out in a few months. Mortal Kombat kind of came out of nowhere, stuff like that. So we here, man. We here. So first off, how you been, man? What's going on?
Man. I've been good. I'm enjoying my summer vacation, with the kiddos. Getting a ton of gaming as well, and just enjoying my time. Getting my mental back right, as some would say. Uh, yeah, that's really it, man.
No doubt, no doubt. Same here, man. Same here. A little under the weather right now, but of course, I know how I was gonna say we're not gonna leave you without some type of a show, but technically we did for the last few weeks. So, but yeah, man. Real talk. Appreciate everybody engaging on the Facebook page. Um, Shout out to fans here stateside. Shout out to the fans in UK and Australia and all this stuff. I know for them right now, it's like heap in the middle of the night. Hell, some even early morning. But if you're kicking it with us now. We heavily appreciate it. Um, Kind of a loose format to this particular show. We do have some topics that we're going to touch upon, touch upon some of the games that are upcoming that we're looking forward to. But we're actually going to start with what games are we currently playing. Tsunamic Wave, man. It's been a minute. I don't know if it's changed. It's still the same. What games are you currently playing?
Well, my rotation kind of stayed the same. I've transitioned into a heavy Apex player. I got to my highest rank this so far. I hit diamond. If you don't know, the Apex rank is rookie, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, masters, and then the top 750 players on console or PC. So I hit diamond, which is a big milestone for me. I also been playing MLB The Show, and I'm trying to catch up on my backlog. So right now I'm playing Spider-Man for the PS5.
Are you talking about technically Spider-Man 1 or Miles Morales?
Spider-Man 1.
Spider-Man 1. Okay.
I'm ashamed to say Spider-Man 1. I'm always behind.
So I assume this is your first. You didn't play it on the PS4. Is what I'm assuming.
This is my first playthrough.
What's your thoughts on it?
Right now I'm having that game is really dope. Like, honestly, I was thinking this earlier today, and I'm glad we brought this up. I think the Spider-Man game is like the best way to travel in any open world game that I've ever played. And that's across all of the systems. No matter if it's Zelda or Super Mario 64, it doesn't matter, or Grand Theft Auto or any open world game you could think of. I think that's the Like they got the best style of transportation, which is the web swinging uh that you could think of. Like I can't if y'all could think of anything, put it in the chat. I can't think of anything that any way of traveling that's better than Spider-Man. I think it's dope.
Yeah, yo, so I played it on PlayStation 4 when it first came out. Played through it and everything. Game was great. It's funny because I remember like hearing some people who's not so much into, I guess, that who were heavily into the MCU, but not who wasn't up on the Spider-Man comics. Like who the hell is Fisk, right?
Right.
Obviously he's the main villain in the game. And then I think it was Hawkeye for in the MCU came out, Kingpin and all that, Fistman, Energy Man, and now it became a hit. So I think it's smart that they re-released on a PS5 and now everyone's kind of loving it again. Obviously, this is all set because Spider-Man, the second one is going to come out soon. But yeah, man, I'm glad you got around to playing it because from what I've been hearing, that it's actually you have to. Well, you probably should play it before the second one.
Yeah.
So that's dope. So for me, hands down, I say the game I've been playing the absolute most. Obviously, I went through a heavy phase of MLB The Show. Obviously, you know me, like love baseball,
Sports, yeah.
love baseball. So every single year we're gonna play that game. I also played some of obviously WWE 2K23. There's actually a DLC pack coming out next week for that for everyone who still plays that. AEW, the other wrestling company, I think they had a game that came out about 3 weeks ago now, 2 weeks ago. It's funny though, because that game is like heavily based off No Mercy, Revenge, those N64 games. And it actually plays like it, right? It actually plays like it. I know some people, AEW, WWE, like the rivalry, blah, 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 right? So my only gripes with the game is the pros are it literally plays like No Mercy, Revenge, the same type of grapple system, same arcadey feel, which obviously is going to win heavily with people, right? Nostalgia, of course, right?
Right.
The only gripe of it is some of the same flaws No Mercy had, a game that came out in 2000, this game has. And I know some people are skipping past that saying, well, it doesn't matter because like we're going for that arcadey feel. But I'm like, yeah, it was a cool for an arcadey feel in 2000. I don't know if it's cool to have the same glitches, same bugs, same half entrances. Remember how No Mercy didn't even have a full entrance?
Right.
Well, the AEW game only has I say a quarter of an entrance. They literally walk to the stage and that's it. And the match start.
I mean, those things count, but like I feel like it count more when a game has, or the company period is like really, really like they still young in the game. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
we let WWE before WWF make their mistakes in games. They had a long time to get to where they at now. So
that's
I
true.
mean, if it's still smooth, it's still playable. I haven't played it. But
if
it's still, yeah, I've seen it. But if it's still good, look good to me. But if it plays well, because it could look good, but that don't mean it play good. But if it play well, I think you just give them time to just build on what they got. You know what I'm saying? I do want to talk about DLCs too. I got a question about DLCs for you.
Okay.
Oh, you ready for it now?
Yeah.
All right. So my question is, do you think DLCs do do you think DLCs is killing the gaming culture? I feel like let me give you a little bit more for you answer the question. Just think about it a little bit. But I kind of feel like back when we was younger, you know, you had to grind for what you got. It almost was a sense, you almost got a sense of accomplishment for getting certain things, right? Or for getting certain skins and more characters, more levels, which whatever the game is going to give you for playing a certain amount of time or doing certain things. Um, with that being taken away with DLCs, do that kind of take away from the satisfaction of even playing video games? Like, do you feel like it will feed into the death of video games per se, or how do you feel about how they use DLCs?
So to answer your first question, like from a broad standpoint, I'm gonna say yeah. Although I don't think that was the intent. I think it's just kind of what's happening. I think it's kind of unfortunate if I'm being completely honest. Just from the fact that it's like you said, games are being completed. That's my number one gripe, right? Um, it's funny because on the page you guys see it, I'll often make jokes how like, yeah, we complain about price of video games, but Mortal Kombat on the Sega was $70 when it came out. We often make these same like I often make these same comments and jokes about it, but at the same time, Mortal Kombat was a finished game when that came out. That's my biggest. So it's like a lot of games now aren't complete. They put
Right.
out sometimes even a quarter of a game. You know what I mean? And then it's like,
Right.
oh well, we got all these DLC packs. Um, I do appreciate that if there's a bug in the game, a glitch, the game is not completely dead. You can kind of patch it and fix it as you go on. But a lot of companies, I think, take advantage of it, and that's kind of what I don't like. Right? Like they take
Right.
advantage of that, and so like yeah, because a lot of times it's like, how often do we hear, oh yeah, I'm gonna get the game, but not until they patch it, not until they put all the whole entire content out. And then by the time that happens, which is usually like a year to a year and a half, the game is not hot no more, so you probably don't even end up buying it or downloading it and playing it. So like,
Right.
so I mean, to be honest, yeah, I do think that it's killing it. I do think, but I think it's not. I think people. I think I don't want to say lazy. I think they're taking advantage of the fact that they can patch stuff, they can add stuff. Hey, well, we kind of put the game in without an ending, so now we're just gonna put it as DLC, whether
Right.
free or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, it's funny because people will say like I often take shots at Madden 2K unnecessarily, right? And I'm like, not necessarily unnecessarily because I do love both games, right? I still play 2K, I still play Madden, but it's like, I mean, 2K is different. That's like a whole separate world. 2K is like, um, you know what? Let me ask you this, Da.
Yeah.
Yo, when the last time you played an actual game of NBA 2K and you actually played on the hardwood? like,
Um, I don't remember. I mean, I probably when the 2K23 first came out.
okay, all right.
Like when it
I was
because
saying,
you know you gotta build your player up, but like after
yeah,
like a month of playing 2K, I kind of just stopped. And I think I'm reading through the comments and I kind of agree a little bit with Jess and Andrew as far as how they intended the DLCs to work in the way you said, like the patch games. If they completed the game and they just thought of something to add to it, you know what I mean. But now I think when the first began, they didn't really think of the power that they would have over little kids. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was growing up in particular, it really wasn't sneakers. I mean, it was sneakers. It really wasn't video games that was like something that in my area was prominent. It was like sneakers, like you know what I'm saying. So like Jordans took advantage of that, in a way that the kids love his sneakers, so they kind of boost up the prices. It went from like 120 now is $220, $25. The same thing with the DLCs. Fortnite free to play. And then they just did micro transactions and little DLC packs with skins, and they kind of opened the floodgates for all of these games to say, all right, if these kids gonna buy skins and skins for weapons, why put it in the game as something you could just get for free, right? Also
yeah,
the circle back to 2K, somebody named it was a streamer on TikTok. His name is I Game You Watch, and he said something that I agree with. He was saying that if 2K and Madden should be free to play, if they're gonna have the microtransactions in a way that they have them, they should just be free to play, and then people wouldn't have an issue, paying for the microtransactions because the game was free. You get what I'm saying? Like it would be easy
right,
for somebody to want to pay $50 or $60 on a character if the game was free to play. And then you would probably would stop hearing the complaints about the mechanics of the game and how the game played and just the excitement the excitement got killed because it's nothing to play to. They just charge you for everything.
Absolutely.
So it's no reason to play the game. So of course, competitive games like football and basketball gonna get stale because there's nothing to play to.
Absolutely. Like in one, I remember the moral when that came out. I remember like literally like now. Granted, sometimes it does work out. You know what I mean? This was one of those cases. You can also, I mean, technically from a sales standpoint, you also say the same with Call of Duty, World War II. I think it was Modern Warfare. Like when they relaunched it, those had huge like glitches that ended up working out, but sometimes it don't. Cyberpunk, you know what I mean? Battlefield 2442, those are two games like notorious that was just thrown out there with the what I feel the idea was we'll fix it on the back end, and it just didn't work. You know what I mean? It killed the game. As for sports games, look, man, it's July, so it's my yearly time to excuse me, make a comment about Madden, man. Madden 24 come out next month, dog, right? Yo, let me tell you something. Tsunami quick. One of the selling features of Madden this year, and I kid you not, they said, yo, we got refs on the field.
Yo, and they using Kobe to sell 2K.
Right.
Like, that's crazy. Oh, matter of fact, I'm lying. 2K finally made cross-platform, so you could play from console to console. So that's their big thing now. Like, bro, you know how long people been. You could have did this for 2K. You think you're gonna pull people back in because Xbox can play with PlayStation? Like, no, that's not gonna work, bro. It's not gonna work,
bro. Refs on the field in 2023. This is the selling point. I just want to pull something up on the screen for y'all. This is NFL 2K5. It came out in 2004. You see that at the top of the screen? That's a ref. That's a ref right there, running across the screen. What are we talking about?
All of the football refs,
right,
on this one. All of them. Look,
this is a game that came out in 2004. There's refs. It has all the refs and everything on there.
Right after the tackle, you're gonna see the ref run in to get the ball too.
Right, look.
But they ain't just they. Oh, look, he in the play. Yeah, like, that's kind of sad for Madden.
Yeah, like like they literally said it like as if everyone's gonna be like, "Yo, I've been waiting on this." It's like, nah, we've seen this already. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is there to like? That's and then they were like, "Oh well." Also, we redid like the player animations. I'm like, you did it again. You know what I mean? Because like we've seen
Madden
that already.
Still got the rights to the NFL. Can 2K even try to bring? Because Andrew was saying, can they bring the ESPN 2K back? Don't Madden got the rights to the NFL? I don't think they can.
They cannot. Madden does have the rights to the NFL. It's supposed to expire in 3 years. The problem is it's expired several times. It's just they keep what do you call it? Renewing because Madden. Look, I take shots at Madden. I don't think anybody takes more shots at Madden than me. But at the same time, it still sells, right? There's Madden leagues everywhere. You know what I mean? And one of the features that they did fix for this upcoming year is when you have your own Madden league, you now can play with contract restructuring and the salary cap and all that stuff like that. It kind of makes it like a real league. You know what I mean?
Bro,
that's a sell. It sells just like 2K with the My Player.
Brutally honest, I don't care about none of that contract stuff. I just want to play the game. I don't care. Why do I want to look at the paperwork of an NFL athlete? Like I'm not a real GM. I'm not even trying to be a real GM. I just want to play the game, bro. First of all, most people take that stuff off when they playing solo. You know what I'm saying? Who cares about the hard cap? Sometimes you want to have a loaded team with all the stars on your team. Like, you know, so I mean, if that's the selling point, that's terrible. That's terrible. I can't hear you, Jay.
But back to the larger point, like I completely agree, man. I'm like, it's like basically saying it's like for all my people out there who married, it's like doing something you know you're not supposed to be doing with the thing. It's all right. We'll fight about it and make up later. You know what I mean? But you know you're not supposed to be doing it, but you're just gonna take that chance. and then you take one too many chances, and all of a sudden you divorce. In this case, Cyberpunk. Now, people clown that game. Yo, remember when we were hyped for Cyberpunk coming out? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The whole world was.
pre-ordered that joint, and it's not even installed. It ain't been installed since the first 2 weeks it came out.
Right.
I almost forgot I had it until you brought it up.
Say, give me Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss, please. 2K5 Minnesota. Yo, nah. Vikings was a yeah, that's a cheat code. That's like was it Live 04 when you use the Mavericks with Steve Nash and Dirk?
And all they did was hit threes. And Anton Jameson, they had a swag.
Yeah.
Eduardo Nahara too could hit threes.
Yo, one of the things we gotta do, yo, Andrew, you just gave me a good idea. I'm gonna say this live. Wait, one of the things we gotta do, bro, we gotta come up with like our all-time sport games, like cheat code. You know what I mean? Cheat code teams.
Michael Vick and Madden 2004.
That's one of them.
Crazy.
Hell, Jordan and 2K11. You know what I mean?
Those are really dope autographs.
Oh, that's pretty dope. Are you from Minnesota? Curious.
I only got Pete Rose autograph.
Yo, you said only like Pete Rose not a legend. Like he
is a legend.
He's not a Hall of Famer. We know why, but like
he's a Hall of Famer. They just used it. He must have did something to somebody that he ain't had no right doing something to.
Domo, Ohio. I'm be honest, man. The only reason why I even know a lot of cities in Ohio is because of Cameron. Because he's always say that Cleveland, Cincinnati, Dayton.
Steph Curry from Ohio and LeBron.
Yeah, and LeBron. No, I'm saying besides them, like because Cameron, he's always saying in his songs. So I guess he has some business out there.
Which he used to get it in Ohio.
Which I just want to say, we inspired Cameron and Mace to do their show. Cheers.
Right.
It is what it is.
Got a cut. Logan Paul from Ohio too. Yeah,
Logan Paul, a wrestling star now, man.
Logan Paul is doing. I know he do some questionable things, but he's doing okay for himself.
Logan Paul, he literally like a big time wrestler. Like he's a big time wrestler now, man.
Isn't that the one that fought Mayweather? I'll give him props for that.
Yep, Logan Paul is the one who fought Mayweather.
I'll give him props for that. That's a dangerous game to play.
And Jake Paul.
Well, he made a lot of dumb decisions.
Jake Paul's the one who still boxes, right?
Yeah, Jake Paul is the one that's still boxing.
He's fighting next week or this weekend or something.
I can't wait to see him.
Andrew, you're a big WWE fan. Me too, man. We're gonna have to definitely talk some wrestling. Cause
I kind of fell off after the Attitude Era.
Yeah, that's a long time ago now,
man. I don't know nothing about wrestling now, man. I know Rey Mysterio still wrestling.
You know Rey Mysterio. If I said some names, you know it. Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I know him.
Right.
Yeah, I know the names. I just don't. I haven't followed it in a while.
No, I got you. Yeah, what we got to do is next time they come to like near us, or they come to wherever.
Triple H was my favorite wrestler growing up too.
Of course, man. Of course.
Stone Cold and The Rock. Those are my three favorite wrestlers out there. That's
not going out on a limb. That's like saying my three favorite rappers is Pac, Big, and
I'm not
Jay-Z. That's not saying.
I like the Road Dogg. So my Road Dogg was one of my.
I was gonna say like
I liked Road Dogg too.
I was gonna say. That's not saying nothing, bro. Like
it was really that group, you know what I'm saying? Them three. Yeah. Everybody liked them though. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you're right.
For me, I kind of had no choice. I grew up on wrestling, like literally from the time I was like born. My older brothers was watching it. So you know how it is. You kind of have no choice to watch it, and you kind of just grow into it. It's funny though, because sometimes like, on the page we'll post stuff about wrestling games and whatever. And if somebody would mention something about like a current storyline, I'll comment, and people are like, "Oh, you know what?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course, man. Like wrestling is still popular. It's just not as popular. That's all." Like, we got a fun fact from Andrew. Andrew said, "Fun fact: Kane is the only person Brock Lesnar could not beat at an arm wrestling, and it bugged him." Yo, so Kane is a wrestler. So Kane is a wrestler I've seen like in real life. He's also, till this day, the biggest wrestler I've ever seen in real life. Like, so like Big Show, obviously 7, whatever. but like I see him like, and obviously from a height standpoint, he's gigantic, right? But when I say like Kane was the most surprising, you know what I mean? In
Kane
terms
is
of,
like 6'9", right?
bro, it's not
He's
even the height.
huge.
It's not even the height. The dude, like, cause you know, like a lot of tall guys, they because you're taller, you're thinner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Kane was built like he was like he looked like he could be a bodybuilder, like a true, like award-winning bodybuilder. Where
Yeah,
some
he's
wrestlers,
huge.
you meet him in real life, you're like, oh, I remember I met John Cena, and he's like the opposite. From like a muscle mass standpoint, he was gigantic, but like he's only like 6'6", you know what I mean? 6'1",
Yeah,
so
he's
he's
not
not as
that
big
tall.
as you would think. But Kane, nah, he looked like he was. Hey, he could have been starring in like he could have been beating up Rocky like in Rocky 9 like they didn't even need Mr. T for Rocky 3. They could have got Kane.
Wasn't Kane a math teacher or something like that before he got into wrestling? I thought it was a rumor back when he first
Was
started
that Kane?
wrestling. I think he was a teacher. Was it Kane? Was it Kane that was a teacher before he started wrestling? I think it was him.
Damn, I know.
Because when people was trying to figure out his identity, that was a rumor that was going around.
I mean, imagine trying to act up in his class.
I don't think you would.
Right.
Mark
He's
Henry
strong
is
size Mark
strong
Henry.
is super duper strong.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
real
Nah.
life. Like he's
Obviously,
not
yeah.
fake strong. Like he's real life strong. Like he really went to the world's strongest man competition and won that joint.
Right. But yeah, man. Yo, so one thing I do want to talk about is this Activision thing. I can talk about wrestling all day, so we'll be here at like 4:00 in the morning. Another thing I can tell you about, like, this Microsoft thing, man. We literally covered this. What would you say? A year and a half ago now?
Yeah, it's been a while.
A year and a half ago. But and now I want to say we're at the finish line. If you guys don't know, basically until tonight, the FTC is literally trying to, I guess, put one final like extension on this thing to try to get this blocked. Some people now have jokes saying that Sony and the FTC are a tag team, like
it almost feel like it.
Right? Because FTC is going a little hard on this, but you know. But yeah, basically, if not by tonight, some people are speculating that Monday Xbox will hold a press conference to announce that the merger went through, the acquisition, Activision, and of course, it seems like PlayStation really only cares about one title, and that's Call of Duty, right? And Xbox still claims that regardless of what happens and how this all played out, they're still gonna let it be on PlayStation. Although some are saying that PlayStation fears that this upcoming game this year will be the last one. Although I haven't seen anything Xbox saying that. So now that I'm going to say we're at the finish line, I don't think it's going to pass. I've been checking as we're going here because I know it's like 9:30 here. So like I don't know what time zone they're playing by, but just what's your thoughts on this, man? Like, do you even care anymore? Like it's been a year and a half. Like, does this even matter anymore? Like, or
I just feel like they just being petty at this point because like Xbox making it very clear, at least from everything I could find, that they don't plan on making Call of Duty exclusive title. So
right,
I don't understand what this is about. They even made Xbox. They went so far as to even make Xbox try to let me look at the article first before I mess up. They made Xbox actually go over the numbers to see how they would make up and lost sales for making Starfield and Indiana Jones exclusive,
right,
which has nothing to do with the Activision deal. Like, so I don't understand what really is going on. At this point, they just stalling to grasp at straws. In my opinion, they just need to let the merger go through. Keep their rights to Call of Duty, which is what they really care about, and still sell the consoles, which is their number one goal. So,
absolutely. Look, I guess like I remember we did this like basically a year ago now, like in terms of we kind of followed up, and I was like, I'm kind of over it, you know.
yeah.
Because like basically to bring up Jessica's point, like basically PlayStation was saying that monopoly, and us like it's like how can it be a monopoly when you're the shareholder, especially United States and especially in Japan, the two biggest gaming markets. You hold the shares. You may not be able to beat Nintendo in Japan, but you basically run America when it comes to video games, right? The Switch kind of took over. That's because it's hybrid handheld and console, but PlayStation rules, man. So it's like it's especially in terms of sales. So it's like, what is this monopoly talk? I think it all.
You know what the problem is though, Jay? Because what Xbox is doing is hurting PlayStation pockets, right? Because Xbox is still allowing you to buy certain things that PlayStation won't allow you to do. Like you could still go into Walmart and buy the digital copies of games,
right?
In Walmart. You can't do that. In PlayStation, for PlayStation, you can only do it for Nintendo and Xbox. So you
Wait,
are, if you want to get a
are you
digital
serious?
game, I swear, you want to get a digital game from PlayStation, you have to buy it off the PlayStation Store.
Yo, I never.
And
Yo,
listen,
I never noticed that.
that ain't it though. PlayStation takes 30% from the video games that you buy. So when you buy a game off of the PlayStation Store, they take 30%. This is why none of their games go down in price. None of their good titles, they don't go down in price. Because if they go down the price, they're gonna lose because they already got to give 30% to PlayStation for each title they sell.
Yo, you know what's funny about that? I was talking to one of the people from our page. Shout out to I never remember his last name. His first name is John. I think he actually is from the UK. And I was just made a joke. I was like, how like Mario, Zelda games, they never go down in price. And he was like, no,
Right.
actually, PlayStation games don't ever go down in price.
They don't.
And it kind of caught me off guard because I'm thinking like old days, right? Like old days, they have the greatest hits and stuff like that. And then like now that you said that, it makes sense. But I'm thinking about the wall that you said at Walmart, Target, Best Buy, and you got a point. Like I've never seen PlayStation like those little cards.
Yeah, they don't sell those. You can't buy them. You got to buy them you got to go to the PlayStation Store on the console and buy it. And that's why they prices seems a little bit higher than the other consoles, because PlayStation take that 30%. And Xbox is for the gamers. I've been saying this since we started the podcast 2 years ago. Xbox is for the gamers. This is why you can get Xbox Game Pass on your phone. You can get it on the PC, and you can get it on the Xbox. Any way they can get it to you in the Stream Deck now, because they got the Stream Deck, the handheld PC thing. The stream, you know what I'm talking about, right? They got the stream, so you could even get it on that. So the only way you cannot have access to Game Pass is through PlayStation and Nintendo Switch.
And Nintendo might be changing. I think so, because Nintendo Xbox, remember they signed that deal. That's why Call of Duty is going to come to the Switch this fall, supposedly. But and apparently whenever the Switch, we're still talking about that Switch Pro, right? That Switch Pro, whatever that sequel is or whatever, that's supposed to be out. Apparently that's going to have the ability to access Game Pass as well. So at that point, we're just talking PlayStation that you can't, right?
Right.
So if it's not money, which I do agree with Andrew, both these companies, it's still money. You know what I mean? If Xbox is not what do you call it? Xbox is not doing this if they just making nothing, right? It's still money, but at the same time,
oh, absolutely.
It's like, what's PlayStation's end game? Because let's say this got blocked. Okay, Call of Duty Activision, like Activision still remains solo. Call of Duty stays on the PlayStation. Okay, fine. What else? Because if Call of Duty is still going to, this was my point from day one. If Xbox says, yo, Call of Duty is going to stay on the PlayStation, no problems. What else? Because they don't care about the mobile side of it, even though Microsoft does, because that's a big source of money. So they don't care about that side, though.
I think this was just to see the numbers Xbox was making with the Game Pass, because this, like they forced Xbox to put everything out on the table. They get to see all their numbers, where everything come from. Just pretty much see the ins and outs of Xbox. I think this is really what it's about. And the fact that they made them talk about how they was going to make up revenue loss from making Starfield and Indiana Jones, because I don't really know too many kids that's going to play Indiana Jones. I don't know if they I don't know how good that movie is to really say how the game going to do, but to even make them look up how they're going to make a revenue loss for Indiana Jones, like I don't understand. I don't understand. And I'm not saying Indiana Jones won't do good. I just don't see the reason of them making them put that on the table. Like, what was the point of that? Even Starfield, what's the point of that?
Right. I mean, and then there has been some like I'm not gonna say backfire because I doubt Sony cares to be completely honest. But one of the funniest things about it was as they're going back and forth, it's funny how things just started to slip out. All of a sudden, it's like Xbox is like, yeah, like they the PS5 they lead in sales, and they're gonna release a PlayStation 5 Slim at the end of the year. And everyone's like, wait, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like things just start, and all of a sudden, so now we know new consoles are coming in 2028.
New councils already. They trying to milk
So
us
here we
dry,
are in
bro.
2023. I'm gonna say this is like the first year where everybody who won it can readily go out and buy a Xbox and a PlayStation 5, right? But now we know that most likely the sequels to them, which I assume would be the PlayStation 6 as well as Xbox Series 2. I don't know what the hell they're gonna call it. But I think what's gonna happen is it's like now all of a sudden some like these secrets are slipping out and it's kind of making Sony look a little weird. They're still gonna hold the power, they're still gonna hold majority of the market share, especially here in America and Japan when it's over Xbox. But at the same time, it's like the end game seem a little fishy here, you know what I mean?
Right. Well,
And
we
like
know what PlayStation end game is to sell more consoles. I don't know if I honestly don't know if Xbox go they might have to make a new system for the people that will refuse to play PC. But I don't know if they go further than this console, man. I don't really see the need for either PlayStation or Xbox to go further than this. How much more resolution can you give us? Like at this point, it's just gonna be made up. Like how much more after the real engine games, because this seemed to be the new
yep,
the new
Unreal Engine
level
5,
of
yep.
resolution that they trying to sell us on. The real engine, excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. After the real engine run, because we know they about to run us into the ground. They already got the real engine Superman flying through this way and that way. So as soon the Matrix is real engine. So once they real engine us to death, what's going to be the next thing? Is that's going to be the new system? The new system can run real engine for gameplay now. Like is how high can the resolution get? I think uh it's good. I don't really think they need to go any further. Just make more games and focus on storylines and stop doing these microtransactions for every single game. Every single game don't need microtransactions. Like we don't need that for everything. Like make single player games and multiplayer games great again.
I mean, yeah, I mean, yeah, I completely agree with that. But at the same time, because money, right? Come 2028, all of a sudden the PS5 is still rocking, Series X is still rocking, but it's a little older now. Oh, here we go, brand new consoles. You know what I mean? Um,
Right.
AR, yeah, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna start competing with the Apple headset thing that's coming out in January. Augmented reality. Andrew said we need the treadmill VR combat games like G4 used to showcase.
Right. But
Man,
I would real live get one of those. I'm not gonna lie. I actually be seeing a streamer that plays PUBG Mobile on his phone. He got his little phone up and he be running on a big treadmill in circles looking at this little phone, and he got like the gun that go with it and everything. He just be dripping sweat because he just be playing that game like for hours. And I'm like, you know what? That look like a good exercise. You're getting your game in, you're getting your running in. He
yeah,
got to jump and all of that. That'd be cool. I wouldn't mind a treadmill. I know they would charge an arm and a leg,
I got the perfect game for like that treadmill style. You know what I mean? Like
10K
gaming.
on sale.
I got the perfect game for that treadmill style gaming. Back for Blood.
Right. I would
Like,
like, you know,
yo, I'm telling you right now, let me play Back for Blood in like that augmented reality on the treadmill. I'm probably gonna weigh 95 pounds by the end of the year because
that would be
when
fun.
them zombies come, I'm gonna be out.
Right. That would be
Like
fun. And the jump scares and all of that, like it would be fun. And then make it in a way where you could play with the homies. Imagine
right.
playing with the homies and that pop out. I'm turning around and running on everybody. I think the treadmill thing would be pretty cool. I don't think they need to counsel us to death, man. I
Nah,
think they should give us some great attachments to go with it. Like back in the days, remember Super Nintendo had the gun and all of that.
yep,
Sega Dreamcast had the gun.
yep.
Uh, you know, VR, virtual reality even got a gun. I mean, give us other attachments besides guns, though. Like Andrew said, the treadmill on sale for 10K. Dude, they should do like a little home version, a little smaller version for 2K, 2,000 or something like that. I ain't got $10,000 for no video game attachment though.
Nah, man.
I'm not
That's
balling.
it's a little excessive. Nah, but like I definitely agree. It's like we're at the point where it kind of feels like we're getting
Duped.
yeah, it's kind of like we kind of buying new consoles or whatever just to buy new consoles, right? It's like now how they're trying to push the 8K TV, 8K gaming, 8K cameras, 8K everything. And it's like we're not there yet. We're really not. You know what I mean? Because like technically, if you want to be honest, 4K came out I think in the late 90s. Technically, you know what I mean?
Right.
But it wasn't widely available. Hell, I could even say it wasn't really widely in play like that until the early last decade. So it's like, oh, just because it's around. Like technically, PlayStation on the box it says 8K, right? What 8K gaming is there? You know what I mean? It may
How
have
many
the
people got an
capability.
8K TV?
I sure don't.
Right,
I sure
right.
don't.
I agree with what Andrew just said.
So, but we found out 4K it was a joke because not many people exactly 100%.
And
100%.
a lot of people can't even tell the difference. Like
Right.
our eyes do not read those resolutions well. We can't tell most of the time that we looking at 4K or 180, 1080p, whatever it is look the same in most people's
Absolutely.
eyes anyway. So yeah, give us the attachments, man.
Absolutely.
Give us
So
the gloves.
did you say you had something you want to bring up besides this acquisition deal? Or
We talked about the DLCs, and now I had brought it up when we was talking. When we was talking about the acquisition deal, I already brought it up when we was talking about how um they made Xbox lay all their paperwork on the out, and talked about how they had to come up with ways to make up sales when for certain games like Starfield, specifically in Indiana Jones,
right.
because of their exclusivity. You know what I mean?
Okay.
How they was gonna make it themselves. So we did talk about that. Yeah.
All right, bet. So let me ask you. So basically, where we gonna talk about now is we gonna get into some games that are coming up on the schedule. Get our thoughts on them. Off the top, is there any games? Is there one game that you're mostly like hyped for? Like before we get into the
Starfield,
list,
man. Starfield,
Starfield.
because that's Starfield. I'm kind of following the hype train on that one, man. Um, I can't do the gameplay. I was a little iffy because remember they didn't give us a ton of gameplay. It was kind of like they showed us the inside of the ship, but when they actually showed the gameplay, I'm like, oh, this look fire. It almost remind me of oh man, I can't believe I can't. What's the game where the guy's on a spaceship and he got to use like this laser gun? Dead Space.
Dead Space.
Almost remind me of Dead Space, and I love the Dead Space series. But it is look like it's a more faster pace shooter though. So I can't wait to see what that's about, man. Like I really can't.
Yeah. So I mean, this is probably. I mean, it's the place to start, right? Starfield's a game that literally Xbox has been talking about since they bought Bethesda. You know what I mean? Like they literally been talking about this game. Obviously, this game is the heavy hitter. I'd probably say of 2023. This is the game that everybody's been waiting on. And yeah, like I get your thing because like I mean to be I can still say we still haven't seen enough of it yet. But
45 years in the making.
at this point it's fine because it's about to come out, right?
Right.
Hasn't been delayed again or anything. So at this point, I'm gonna say it's coming out. And I'm hyped for it. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm very hyped for it. I don't think that this is going to be a Battlefield or a Cyberpunk where it just shits the bed like that. I think this is going to be phenomenal. Um, It has to be, right?
Right.
like it has to be.
Looks
And
beautiful.
it's one of those games, man. Like it's it's Halo. It's called, you know what I mean? It's one of those games that it's like it just don't go wrong, right? Said if it's like Skyrim, it's going to be fantastic. They could shit Skyrim space, and I will buy. Yeah, man. Like it's one of those games. I don't see how it can really like fall off or like it just not be good. So at this time, it comes out. What is it? September. Let me get the exact date. September 6th on Xbox and PC. Sorry, PlayStation. Should have
Oh
played
man.
nice. Uh, but yeah, man, it's gonna be one of those games that I think it's gonna be super, super dope.
Look how fat. Like I love the speed of it, man. And you got a
Absolutely.
sword? Oh yeah.
And Andrew is right. August 31st for the early release packages. I think that game is gonna be super, super dope. But and so while that video plays in the background, some of the other games I'm gonna bring up, so I'm gonna get your thoughts on it. Let's see. We got Exo Primal. Do you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I seen somebody playing that yesterday, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's out today.
It looked pretty dope. I
Yeah,
can't lie, that game looked pretty dope. I was a
that is
little
out.
interested.
Exo Primal's out on Game Pass right now. Um
It was on Game
Starfield's,
Pass?
yep, it's on
Oh, I
Game
guess I
Pass.
got it.
Absolutely, right. You already got it. That's hilarious, actually. Another game I'm gonna talk about real quick, bro. I don't know if you're big on it or not. I know it was huge on the GameCube. Pikmin 4, man. Pikmin 4. So obviously, I know you have a Nintendo Switch, but is
Never
this
played it.
something? Is this something you're looking forward to? Never played it. Interested?
Never played it. I never. Well, I don't even. Is it like a Mario Party or something? Like I never played Pikmin.
Oh
Pikmin
man,
franchise.
Pikmin is one of those games. It's like, how do you even describe it, right? It's adventure RPG. I guess that's the best way for me to describe it, right?
So it's like a Banjo
It's
Kazooie. It looked like to me, or Mario 64 kind of game.
Sure. Like it's like it's really hard to explain. Like it's really intuitive, which is a good thing, right? But it's like you have to play or like watch like actual gameplay footage to kind of pick up on it.
Yeah,
Because
because
there's
I'm.
so much stuff you could do and there's so much ways, like slick, clever ways that you could do things.
Oh, really? Is that good? If I get it, is that good. I'm just gonna be because I got time right now. I'm on summer break. Oh, it's an open adventure strategy.
Open adventure strategy. Yeah, okay, yeah. Because like I was just like the strategic process, like that's like the for me, it's always been a sticking point of Pikmin, right? I say definitely. Wait, what? It came out, was that the Wii or Wii U? Pikmin
Will
3?
my kids enjoy it too or something? I could play with my kids too. Cause I go get it today.
It's not out yet.
No, not the
Pikmin.
new one. I'm talking about
Oh,
the
you're talking
old
about.
one just to
Well, I
see.
mean, can you wait till next week? Come on, next Friday.
I was on GameCube. Oh, so emulator is the way to go.
Yeah.
I could
But
wait.
Pikmin 4 is out July 21st, obviously. So literally, we're talking about next week. 7 days away now. So that's the game. Let's see what else. What else games?
I'm just looking at it. I really don't know what I'm looking at. You're just going around throwing people to the ground. I don't really. I gotta play it. I gotta see what this is about because I'm just looking at it. It don't really grab me because I'm confused, I guess. But it look. I mean, the graphics don't look bad. It look pleasing to look at. Is it like a garden type thing?
Yeah, the question is making me laugh only because I get it. Like it's so hard to explain.
Overlord? Nah, I never played Overlord.
Yeah, I have no comparisons for Pikmin. Like I can't even, you know what I mean? I can't even like say like, oh, check this out. I really can't.
Overlord on PS3 now. Can I look it up on? Can I look up Overlord on PS5? Is it something I could backwards compatible?
That's a good question. Actually, I'm actually not sure, to be honest. Next game we're gonna talk about, of course, only because people swear I hate it, even though I play it every year. They like the amount of people that
There's a
swear I
thin
hate
line
Madden.
between love and hate, bro.
Right, I don't hate it. I literally play the damn game every year for what? Probably since Madden '97. So like I play it. Madden 24. It's out
Skill based
August
passing.
18th.
What does that mean?
August 18th. The updates, like I said, we kind of touched upon them already. I'm not gonna get too heavy into Madden.
Why do you need that? Throwing anime. Why you need somebody diving like Dennis Rodman throwing the football? Like,
Yo, I didn't even bring that up because of Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean?
right, but
Obviously,
still, if they making it so you have to accurately time your throw, why would you want to dive to the side? That's gonna make it that should make it increasingly harder based on what they saying.
that's a good point. But
Throwing animations, I already know that's gonna be a nightmare. People gonna be trying to just regular throw it, then you're gonna have them jumping backwards, going like this,
the
throwing
Patrick
it out of
Mahomes,
bounds.
the no look,
Mahomes gonna be you gonna have Justin Fields, somebody that never don't throw the ball like that, diving out, throwing the ball sideways because of the animations. I can see it now being terrible.
Somebody gonna do that. They're gonna throw a game, lose and pick, and they're gonna try to sue EA. You know it's coming. You
Yeah,
know it's
that's
coming.
false advertisement. That's probably I could see the animations just tearing that game up. The terrible animations.
I will say the next game I want to talk about is something that literally when I first heard about it, got me out my seat. Mortal Kombat 1 comes out September 14th. What's your thoughts on this one, man? Because I got hype. I sent it to the chat. I sent that. Matter of fact, I think I sent it to everybody I know.
Too. This looked pretty good. Surprisingly, I kind of lost my love for Mortal Kombat. Probably Mortal Kombat 10 probably was the last one I played, and I don't know, man. I don't know. It just kind of lost its flair. But this one looked pretty good. They try to make it more like what can I say?
Some people say Injustice.
Yeah, more like an Injustice look, like more realistic, but they still got for like Johnny Cage, for example, like his moves, he don't got the shadow flying like he usually do, like the green aura behind him. It's kind of like he just Johnny Cage, you know what I'm saying? Regular dude that could fight, movie star that could fight, I should say. Ain't no regular dude living in no mansion like
because
that.
people at first folks was like, what is it? What's the game going to be? Then the name leaked like a day before. Everyone was like, oh, it's a reboot. But I think the way they set up the story, because if you played MK11, you know how the story ends. If you play the DLC, then you know how the story ends. The story actually ends with the split ending. This kind of merges the split ending, and then boom, that's how we got it, right? But when I saw the first trailer, I was like, I'm hype. I'm buying it. Like you win. Like, you know what I mean? I'm buying it. And then I saw the gameplay trailer. I'm like, okay, I'm definitely buying it. And then when I saw it was coming out just a few months away, you know what I mean? I was like, wow, I can't wait to get my hands on this game. And the fact that this comes out literally 7 days after Starfield is some bullshit. Like it's like how you supposed to balance your time like that, you know what I mean?
It's no way.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what the hell are you supposed to do, man? That's kind of whack. But
It's gonna be one of those games I definitely don't play online.
No, yo, fighting games online is OD, man. Like, yo,
not doing that to myself,
bro. I think the last time I played a fighting game online, like heavy, was probably it might have been Mortal Kombat, not 11, Mortal Kombat 10, yo. I'll never forget. The game came out. I played a match online. This dude said, "Yeah, I already got everybody." I was like, "Bro, yo, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. How the hell you beat the game,
bro?" That's another thing I wanted to ask about DLCs. Do DLCs promote cheating in games?
Yes.
Like, do they promote cheating in games?
Flat out, yes. The answer is yes. They definitely do. Some bullshit.
Like I don't know how I made that connection, but I feel like it do. Like I just feel like it do.
Yeah, man. But this is a game that I'm heavily, heavily hyped for.
Now this is Mortal Kombat 1, right?
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 1, and some people was like, oh well,
So
how
they
you gonna steal
rewriting the
the name?
story.
So basically the quick rundown is Mortal Kombat 11 left off with Fire God Liu Kang. He's now like basically the guy, right? And then
Yeah.
because he defeated Kronos, he gets to basically rewrite the universe, right? So he rewrote the universe in his eyes. Obviously, the bad guys, some of them get banished away, and obviously, like Raiden, who lost his powers, so he gave him his powers back. Katana and Melina no longer at war, so we thought, right? Same with Sub-Zero and Scorpion, so we thought we'll see how it actually plays out. But so kind of like a twist on the original story, you know what I mean? And this sets up for a whole new characters, whole new storylines, whole new paths, and everything like that.
So like
If you played Mortal Kombat
multiverse type thing.
Yeah, kind of like. But to everybody, I suggest downloading MK11 from Game Pass because it's on Game Pass. Both that and the DLC storylines all on there. Just play. You don't gotta like play online and nothing like that. Just play the story mode. It literally plays like a movie. It's so dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So much so. I know people who don't really play video games like that, but they love Mortal Kombat the story. They bought the game. This is before it was on Game Pass. They bought the game, put it on easy, just so they could play through the story like it was a movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of dope. Like, so I definitely suggest that just to get the story. But I can't wait for that. I think that's gonna be dope. This next game I want to talk about is Payday 3. Are you a fan of the Paydays?
I'm trying to think. No, I'm thinking of a different game. Nah, I like Payday. I'm not a huge fan. I like it though. I do like it.
This Payday 3 is out on September 21st, and it's also coming to Game Pass. So definitely something
Game Pass
I probably
is killing the game.
I know, right?
They're killing it.
Definitely something I want to check out. It's funny because I always get back into gaming like heavy in the fall. It's just like ever since I was a kid, you know what I mean?
All right.
It's just that go time going into Christmas season, and then you play all throughout like January, February, March. But not Payday 3 is something that like when they announced it, I think it was at the Xbox showcase or it have been a summer game fest. One of those two. When I saw it, I was like, oh, we here.
This game looks dope, bro.
It's just dope, man. Like it's one of those games that, but then again, it's like all these games coming out. So we got Starfield one week, Mortal Kombat the next, Payday the week after that. Like what's going? Like you know what I mean? Like
it's going crazy. To the backlog. That's it. At some point you're gonna catch up, man. I don't know. I still got so many games to get through. It's not even funny. I gotta get through Zelda. I gotta get through Spider-Man. Last of Us, but I got so many games.
Some of the other games in September, we got Inspector Gadget, which I actually has a fan base. I know.
I'm copying. I don't even know. Right. I've never seen. I'm copying. Inspector Gadget getting the game.
Witchfire.
I hope they don't mess that up.
Early access. I don't know. Miniko's Night Market. Infinity Strash, Dragon Quest. See what else we got for September. Myth Force. So then October, we got Detective Pikachu Returns on the Switch. Forza Motorsport, another Game Pass title.
Forza coming out with it. Forza is dropping like Madden and 2K. Ain't no new cars though. That's what ain't no new cars though. So what they keep dropping? I don't understand. Like so that's Forza, a game that could do DLCs, and I wouldn't mind as long as they drop new maps on the DLC. Why they dropping a whole new game?
So basically, from what I gathered, they're always going to do the split game. You got Forza, the one that we know with the back roading and off roading and all that, and then you got the actual motorsport one, right? For what I gathered, this is what they compete with Gran Turismo on, right? The actual motorsport. And then Forza is the back road and all that, right? But
Okay, I
this
see.
one is the popular one because for the same reason that Gran Turismo. And this is the one with the super detail on the cars and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Souped
simulation
up and all
racing.
that. Yeah, like this is the real deal. Game Pass title. I'm gonna check it out. I always like Forza is one of those games that especially now it's on Game Pass that I just always got to play it for a little while. I may not play it for a year, you know what I mean? But when it come out, I always hop. The graphics are insane.
I want to
The
get a
graphics are
steering
insane.
wheel, man, so I could really drive.
You were that kid with the steering wheel?
Nah, I never experienced this. I want to be that grown man with the
Oh,
steering.
okay.
You
I
know
got
what
you. I
I'm
got you.
saying? I always had to use the sticks, and I just suck with the sticks, bro. I
I
think
got
I'd
you.
be a better racer. Like I think I would enjoy the games more if I had a steering wheel. You know what I
That's
mean?
more than fair. That's more than fair. Like I said, I'm hyped for this game. Just check it out again. I may not play it. Like I might not be playing it this time next year, but definitely when it comes out, I want to check that out. Um, One game I did not see on here yet is 2K. That's out in September, right?
September, October, like the beginning of October.
Yeah, I don't
But
know why
2K
it's
already announced. They did their announcement. That's where they announced that they're going to be doing cross-platform between PlayStation and Xbox, which they
so
could have
that's
been done.
so that's the big thing this year.
That's the big thing this year, and obviously because it's 2K24 Kobe,
Right.
so they pushing Kobe
Okay.
and cross-platform as the thing. But it's like that's, in my opinion, not good enough. And
Just so I had the
I'm a
steering wheel. It
huge
was fun.
Kobe fan. They shouldn't be using my dog like that.
I know. You
Make the
already know
game
it's
better,
Lakers all
man.
day over here. It's Lakers all
Yeah,
day over here. So you
yeah. I
already
know
know
you
how
a
I
huge
feel about
Kobe
that.
fan, but
And
like
it
they could do
better
better than
not
that.
just be like no the jersey into my player either. They better actually do something for it.
What?
Have to Assassin's Creed Mirage, October 12th, all platforms, well besides the Switch. You Assassin's Creed out or you what's the deal?
I ain't gonna cap. I've been a little Assassin's Creed out. I still enjoy it for a little while, but like I can never get through a full one. The last one I enjoyed really was the Viking one, and I can't remember which one that was. But the Viking Assassin's Creed was really done good. So I'm always willing to give it a try. But I'm a little, it's just not, they what, how much more can they do with this storyline? You know what I mean? The Valhalla, that was the name. Thank you,
Valhalla,
Andrew.
yeah.
That was a really well done. I'm a Viking fan. I enjoy the Viking lore, uh, the Viking. I don't know if you want to call it lore, religion, whatever. I'm just a huge fan of that culture. And they did that game justice. It was beautifully done. So they even did the one in Egypt really well too. I Origins, I think that one's called, but I'm a little Assassin's Creeded out. It's almost hitting Madden 2K levels of
Nah, it ain't that. Like, nah,
repetitiveness. You feel me? Like
like
it's the same. It's different maps, but you're doing the same thing, bro. You crouching, you
that's fair.
stealthy, like you do the same thing, jumping from tall buildings. It's just from different places. Is the only thing that don't make it at that level is that Madden and 2K got the same arenas and everything. They just add 12 extra players. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, Black Flag was
My
dope too. Black Flag was dope too.
my only thing with Assassin's Creed, and it's definitely a game that I know for a fact is going to end up getting backlogged, right? Like, I know that for a fact. But my thing is, I just have an affinity for those games. So like, I may not get to it until this time next year. But I definitely want to check it out. Now this next game, Alan Wake 2. When they announced this one shocked me because this came right after the Mortal Kombat announcement. Alan Wake, the first one I loved. So this one I'm very hyped for. When am I gonna have time to play it with all these other games? I don't know, but it's definitely something that I don't think it's on Game Pass. I think it's a purchase, and I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? I'm completely fine with that. I think it's gonna be dope. The trailer looks incredible. Definitely check it out. Are you a big fan of the franchise? Nah. What do you guys think?
I mean, as far as me, Alan Wake, I'm not really familiar with Alan Wake. I know the title. I know the title,
Right.
but something in me never like I almost feel like is this like Resident Evil or something? It's hard for me to really judge Alan Wake because I never gave it a try. Nah, yeah, this looks sort of Resident Evilish. Oh, it's a
Yeah.
scare. See, it's a scary game. I figured that. I'm not
Yeah.
a big scary game fan.
You
Resident
gotta play
Evil
this one.
probably as far as I go.
Nah, you gotta play this one, bro.
I play Silent Hill too. Um, I'll give it a try. I
Okay.
gotta try the first one first just to catch myself up to the storyline and stuff like that. It looked dope. I'm not going. It looks dope. Like if I could enjoy a scary game. I don't seek to play them. That's the best way I could play. I could put it. You get what I'm saying? Do that make sense?
No, it
I
makes
grew up on
it makes
Resident Evil, so
total sense.
I like to follow that storyline. But like in Silent Hill 2 for Xbox, that was one of the first scary game titles I had on an Xbox console was Silent Hill. But after that, I didn't really play the scary games. I ain't gonna cap.
Next up, this is a huge. This is a big
It's not
one.
as scary as Outlast.
October 20th, Marvel Spider-Man 2. This is the one that we talked about this for about a year and a half as well. You know what I mean? And we're a few months away now. I think this one's gonna be special, man. Like you said,
No,
you just getting through Spider-Man like the one now.
I'm
Perfect
about
timing too, obviously.
60% through it. 60%.
The time is perfect though, you know what I mean? Because
Right.
and this is a purchase, man. It's not even close. Like this is one of those day ones, which means I finally got to get the PS5. I stalled out, but obviously it's time. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
because
Hey,
I
that
don't want
Venom,
nothing.
the way that Venom suit moving is dope. I can't even lie.
Right,
That got my blood pumping. That's fire. The way
right,
he's shooting the Venom, that's hard right there.
right. Like like it's just, it's just special, man. Obviously, Spider-Man is like probably one of the biggest
Hey,
IPs
if
ever,
you peep the
but
spider sense, he didn't dive. He like kind of ate the bullets, like kind
yeah,
of
because
bit the person
the
in the
Venom,
bullet,
yeah,
like more
the
aggressive, like Venom style.
like
That's dope.
yeah, nah, that's something that's something special, and I could talk about that game the entire time, but this next one, Switch game, Super Mario has a new game out. Oh,
Prototype.
Super Mario, was it Wonderland? Hold on, let me bring it up. Super Mario Wonder. Yep. Have you heard about this?
No, but I'm not surprised. Super Mario got another game coming out. I'm just surprised how much they like did with Mario.
October
That's
20th,
fire.
same day, Super Mario Wonder, 2D game. I believe it's 4-player co-op as well, which is kind of cool on the Switch. On actually, I forgot if it's local or online. I think it's both actually. But funny how now here we are, 35 years later, Sonic and Mario still putting out 2D games, right?
And still
Like
killing it though.
still killing it. Like as much as things change, it stays the same, right?
My kids
Um,
enjoy Mario. I just put them on a Mario 3
okay,
with the raccoon tail,
yeah,
Mario
Tanuki
Luigi.
suit,
We
yeah.
just playing that over the weekend and they enjoy it. So like Mario is just his timeless, I should say. Real timeless title, man.
Nintendo knows nostalgia sells, so why change something 3 generations are enjoying? Just new levels, and I'm a sucker for it. Absolutely, I completely
Right.
agree.
They just
Nothing
had
wrong with
hot
that.
dog. Did you see Mario mad long like that? Like this game
Yo,
looks
like
so dope.
yeah, it's like the
Like
classic Mario game, but it's a lot more. I think what happened is people liked what they saw in Odyssey with the the cap and you could change into certain things and do all these things that like they kind of incorporated that into that. And also, oh, so this is something we don't have any footage on yet, but Princess Peach is getting her own game next year, as well as they're remastering Luigi's Mansion. I think it was one for the GameCube, the classic game.
Also,
So
they showing the multiplayer right here. My bad to
yep.
cut you off. They showing the
Now,
what the
yeah. So
multiplayer game
multiplayer co-op is
play
gonna be
look like.
dope.
That it if 4 people, that look
Yeah,
like, bro, this is gonna be fire.
Jessica said they did a perfect job of keeping nostalgic while also making it modern. Absolutely, 100% agree with that. That's a great point.
How all 4 of them holding the top of that pole?
Pause.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, boy, definitely.
um,
That looks fire, man.
yo, but
That was
yeah,
crazy.
that game, that game is dope. So let's see. There's a Jumanji game coming out in November. Yes, Jumanji, the classic WarioWare. Move it. Wario. Have you ever played the WarioWare game?
They just put that. They got that on the Switch. On one of the you know how they got the Nintendo. You can play the Nintendo retro games. You can play the Sega retro games.
Yep.
They got it on there, and I looked at it, but I opted not to play it, so I have never played it. I'll give it a try to see what it's about, but I for some reason it just never, like, you know how some games you just don't want to play. It was like that. Like, I looked at it and it was like, you know what? Nah, I don't want
Yo,
to play
it's
this.
trippy. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of like a party game, Mario
I'm
Party
not doing that.
style game.
I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. Nope. Nope. This is the game. Nah, I'm good.
Yo,
What is we doing?
yo,
Absolutely
that's
good on that.
that's crazy.
Definitely not doing that. Go
Yo,
back. You missed. Go back. Go back.
all right, hold on.
All
I
right,
for
let it play. Let it play.
all
Pay
right.
attention, bro. Because I'm not doing this with the sticks. Look, not doing that. not doing that. That's crazy. Why would they even have us do that with the Nintendo things?
Yo,
I'm not copying this. I'm sorry.
it's a party game. You know what I mean? I can see kids having a blast with that. You know what I mean? Real
Me
talk.
too, but not in my house. Because they're not
So
making me do none of that.
another game that I thought was super dope that they are doing. Some people didn't like it at all, but that's
All
hilarious.
right.
You said I'm not paying $60 for something
I'm
that I do
not
for
paying
free.
$60 to do that. Facts. I
That's
agree.
some kind of party.
Right.
Yo, y'all are crazy tonight. Yo, Super Mario RPG.
I would play
If you
that.
know, that was a game back on the Super Nintendo. Super dope game back on the Super Nintendo that they kind of bring it back to life. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of people didn't play it, and some say it's hard to go back and play a game that's that old. But now they're bringing it November 17th on the Switch. I project that's gonna be one of the highest selling games on the Switch. Like, I think this game is gonna be incredible, man. Like, I don't know how close, if it's a straight remaster, if they're gonna tweak some stuff about it. I assume they're gonna tweak some stuff about it, which is dope to kind of bring in the modern times. But I think this is gonna be cool, man. What's your
Yeah, it
thoughts
looked
on?
dope. I
Yeah,
mean, look, I'm so biased when it comes to Mario, man. Like, except for that WarioWare game, like, oh, you could almost make any kind of Mario game, and I'm with it. Like, I
right.
like the way this look. It looked dope to me. It kind of remind me of like Sonic 3D, but more modernized. And obviously the controls would be a lot better because it's more. They had a long time to work on it, and it's an RPG style. So I'm into that. It's kind of like Mario, Sonic 3D mixed with Final Fantasy. I think it's dope.
Yeah. One thing I did know, no, and one thing I did notice that's weird though. There is no Call of Duty listed, although they said that they went back on their word and it wasn't going to release a game.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing out yet. So do you think a game is going to happen? Or you think they pull that back?
I mean, they in court right now. They probably ain't got no time to work on it. They so worried about FTC to going through all their files and stuff. They probably in court with Xbox and PlayStation right now. So That's really the main reason they in court right now anyway. So that's
I'm not mad at it. I'm
probably what's
just,
holding them back. I think they should take the year off. Last year I was saying they should take the year off and do what WWE did, and look how it paid off for them. Take a year off, get back to the drawing board, make the game fun again. I mean, people have fun with it now, but I feel like a lot of games, especially like shooters, is more to it's more geared towards the streamers and the professionals. Like they need to sit back and make the game enjoyable for casuals again, because a lot
right,
of us don't got 8 hours to put on the game every day.
right. That's
That's
a
just
good
the truth
point.
of it. So like when you go on and it's just not an enjoyable experience, they need to like focus on us a little bit. So take a seat back, see how they can make it enjoyable for the whole group, not just the pros and the profession and the streamers. Make it enjoyable for the regular everyday dads. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the kids that got uni or college or any kind of school, period, just don't got 8 hours to sit on a game. You know,
Like one of the games, one game that I want to talk about before we get out of here, man. And this is just me being biased. Sonic Superstars, so kind of like Mario, right? I made the comment they're both making brand new games, right? Sonic Superstars is a 2D Sonic game that will be out in the fall. There's no actual date yet, but a lot of folks are saying November, right in time for Christmas. So yeah, both of them had their back to their 2D adventures. We talked about the Mario one, here's the Sonic one. A lot of people are hype about this, man. One, the game looks gorgeous. Like the game looks like it's about to be like absolutely gorgeous. The new levels look super dope. The way he's like skating on the vines is dope. It's co-op as well, so it's kind of like they're literally doing the same type of game, but like I think both are different enough that they both can be dope. Four player co-op, as you see, one can like glide with Knuckles, the other's flying. I think this is a dope game. What you thought about this? Have you seen this yet, or is this your first
this
time?
is the first time I'm seeing it. So oh, I ain't gonna lie, this looked fun. At
Yeah,
first, I was like, bro, I don't in my head while you was talking and I was looking at the commercial. I'm just like, I hope we don't have to see Green Hill over it again. How many times they done made Sonic 2, like, or Sonic
right.
1, like in the same style, just on every system is Sonic the same way. Like change it up a little bit. Is they either have open world Sonic or the same 2D style. So I think this is a good you know a fresh way to look at the game. I think is dope. I can't wait to see. Um, I can't wait to play it. I already see it. I can't wait to play it at this point.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully, Xbox keep the style of putting everything on Game Pass because that's where it's at.
No,
Give us everything for free. Well, it ain't free, but
no doubt. And the last thing is the game that's already out, but you haven't had a chance to actually see it yet. I played it a little bit earlier. AEW Fight Forever. Is how it looks. Some people was shitting on the graphics, but obviously it is going for that no mercy revenge style feel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, basically going back, there's a lot of blood in the game. As you see, like it's a little wonky with the way they move, but again, if you know what they're going for, cool. The only issue is like it's a $70 game. Some of the glitches and stuff are still there. People having fun with it. I'm not hating on the game at all. Like I played the game. I could definitely see how you can have some fun with it. My only thing is just like polish it. And the problem is apparently AEW so far they're saying that this is not going to be a game they put out every year or whatever. They claim they're only going to put out one. I don't believe that because if it's going to sell well, you're going to want more money, and I'm not mad at that. Just what's your thoughts on this game? I don't expect you to pay $70 for it, but would you play it?
Oh, I would absolutely not pay $70 for this game. I would pay it. To me, in my opinion, this is like one of those 30. This is a $30 game. You know what
Right,
I'm saying? They could have
right,
charged $30 for this, and then build on it, right? But
right.
it looked like it got some good potential, man. I just saw is that what's
Chris,
his name?
Chris
Hardy, Matt
Jericho,
Jeff
Jeff Hardy.
Hardy.
So
I
Jeff
just saw
Hardy's in
Jeff
the
Hardy
he's
do
in
some
here.
crazy.
The guy with the ponytail is Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho in this game too. So
Yeah.
it got some potential, and it got some good people in here. That, like you said, you could tell it's wonky though. You could see it. You could see like the way they move. It just not that smooth. They got some polishing to do. If they
I
just
just read
build on it
AEW
though.
will have 100-player football stadium Royal Rumble. That's pretty cool, but I'm curious how they're going to do that because there's not 100 people in the game. And unlike No Mercy, where everyone had 4 costumes, that's how they pull that off for survival mode. So how are they going to pull that off? You know,
would it be like a multiplayer, like a online mode where everybody could just pick who they want to, and then just change their outfit colors up, and that, it could
okay,
kind of be like that.
okay, that's kind of
That would
cool.
be
Yeah,
crazy.
that's kind of cool. Yeah, I didn't even think about that part. Oh, he says it's like a Fortnite style Rumble. I can see that
That's
then.
gonna be interesting to see. I would definitely watch that, but $70 is too much for this game. Just the way it looked, just the way it plays. I think $30 would have been good enough. But if it's 70, hopefully they do what they say, not make this a every year thing, and just go into this, make updates, polish it, make it more smooth. It got a lot of potential, but like you don't want to pay $70 for what a game should or could be.
Sure.
You want to pay $70 for a good game now.
That's more than
You know
fair.
what I'm saying?
like that is more than fair.
But yeah. I like that they got female refs. I don't think I ever seen a female ref in WWE. And like I said, I ain't watched WWE in a minute. So
there are now both companies. But it's not something that's been around for years and years and years. I say probably within like the last 5.
That's dope. That's dope to see female representation and the referee side of the game.
Absolutely. But yo, that's all we got. As my voice is starting to fade, guys, I am still a little under the weather. Like after a while, you're just gonna start speaking in sign language. But we will be back next week. I have a whole outline and stuff like that. As always, please continue to share the show. Shout out to Andrew and shout out to Jess for hanging in the comments. I know this is kind of for y'all, it was last minute. But obviously we'll get the show up and we'll announce exactly when we're gonna do it weekly. Appreciate you. Andrew, real quick, said WWE is getting heavy in female rest for men's matches. Absolutely, super dope.
Yeah, I think
y'all rock. Dope. Seriously, keep it up. We definitely will. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that.
Thank you, man.
But yeah, we'll be back next week. JB, as always, Tsunami Wave, take it away. Appreciate the love and support.
It's been a while. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming out to hang out with us. The people that just watched, the people that commented, people that just liked and shared. We appreciate every little bit. It gives us motivation to come back, and we love talking games, and we love talking games with you guys. So we hope to see a lot more of you next week.
Absolutely. We out. Peace.